On the next Canine Corner, Doggie's 911 Animal Rescue is here with adorable dogs who are up for adoption, and we'll learn some dog walking tips. Plus, we'll learn about animal communication and how it could help your pet. All this coming up on the next Canine Corner. Hi there, I'm Riannon Trutanich, your host for Canine Corner, the show that your dog will give 2 paws up. We have a great show for you today. Animal communicator Nancy Gardner is here to talk to us about animal communication and to let us sit in on one of her sessions. And spring is right around the corner, time to break out those walking shoes. We'll be learning some techniques for walking our dogs, but first, let's meet the super cute pups from Doggie's 911 Rescue who are looking for their forever homes.
Basically what we are made of is just a group of volunteers who love animals, trainers as well, and we are devoted to saving the lives of sick, injured, abused, neglected, abandoned dogs, animals. We've done cats as well, but we're really devoted to saving their lives and rescuing from shelters, from streets, just from really horrible situations, and we want to give these dogs a second chance at life. So he's an American Bulldog mix. He's about 2 years old, and he's just a great boy. He's a goofball, and he gets along with other dogs. He loves to go for walks, go running. I mean, how could you not love him? So yeah, he's looking for a new home, a forever home. So this is King. He is a Chihuahua Beagle mix. He's about 4 to 6 years old, and I actually found him in Rancho Palos Verdes near my parents' home. A few families had tried to reach out and see if he belonged to anybody. Unfortunately, they had to let him loose, so it looks like he might have been dumped in the area, unfortunately, but he is just a love. He loves, loves, loves people. I mean, like, as you can see now, he's just a little lap dog. He'll give you kisses. He'll go for a long walk. If you keep going, he'll go with you. I mean, 5, 10 miles, doesn't matter. He loves to go for walks. I mean, it's like he's like a year old or something, but don't let that mislead you. He is an active pup, but he is just so sweet, and he gets along with the dogs. He loves kids. I mean, he's just a great little guy.
Okay, so this is Ellie with Doggie's 911 Rescue, and she's one of our seniors. We have a few of them, and Ellie's a sweetheart. She not only had medical issues, that's why we pulled her, because we knew her time was up, and she gets along just fine. She's probably 8 to 10 years old, but super sweet and loving, as you can see. I don't know, can we see your face here, Ellie? Let's show off your cute little face. She's adorable and sweet. This is Stevie and Juliet, and they were surrendered to us by some young girls that couldn't afford to keep them as puppies. They were only 8 weeks old. Sadly, they are adorable, sweet dogs. They are a Chihuahua Italian Greyhound mix, and they prance, they're adorable. We've had them now for over a year. We started with puppies, and they're so sweet, and now they're adults, okay, or young adults. So they desperately are looking for a home. They can be adopted separately, do not have to go together. They're fine apart, and they're super, super sweet. Juliet prefers not to have children in the house, but Stevie's great with everybody. Juliet's great with most people, but doesn't care for small children. So they're really sweet, desperately need a home, a good loving home, and they've been completely vetted, trained as best as we can. They walk perfect on a leash. They love to play with toys and other dogs, and they're great. This is Oliver, and Oliver is about a year old, very young, very cute, very sweet, loves other dogs, loves everybody he meets, and he's up for adoption, and he's kind of got an interesting, famous story. He was rescued by a famous rescuer, Hope for Paws, and they heard that this poor dog was stranded in a big field, starving, cold, and all alone and scared. So Eldad, Hope for Paws, rushed off to rescue him, and I happened to get the live footage, and I said, take him. Did not look like this when Eldad rescued him. Filthy, dirty, all matted, and all alone. He turned out to be the most beautiful, cutest Disney-looking dog. Super sweet, super loving. A cuddle bunny, loves to go on walks, loves to play with toys and other dogs. Super sociable, and would make a great, loyal companion for any family. And Lily is adorable. She was, unfortunately, owner surrendered, so lost her family. She's very young, she's about 2 years old. It happens all the time. People get dogs, they live in an apartment, they know they're not allowed to have dogs, but they try it. They get it caught, and then they call rescues to take on the dog because they can no longer keep it. So Lily came to us, and we said, sure, with this face. So Lily is a Pug Yorkie mix, also known as Porkies. Yes, so sweet. She's a big cuddle bunny, super sweet, loves to go on walks and play with other dogs. She has a lot of energy and cute, yes, I know, just a love bug, just a love bug. And she's looking for a home. She's young, again, 2 years old, completely vetted, microchipped, ready to go, lost her home, so desperately is looking for a new one.
If you're interested in adopting any of these dogs, please contact Doggies 911 Rescue at doggies911rescue.org or email them at doggies911rescue@gmail.com. Doggies 911 Rescue will be back later in the show for a training segment and to answer our adoption questions. Now, understanding our pets can sometimes present a bit of a challenge. Animal communicator Nancy Gardner is here to talk to us about her work as an animal communicator and the benefits of pet communication. Nancy Gardner learned about animal communication when she was 18.
So over the years, I communicated with friends and family's animals, and then I decided I want to help people at a deeper level and do this as a profession.
And that is what she has been doing ever since.
What I learned is how to pick up messages from animals through thoughts, emotions, physical sensations, basically any way you can perceive the world around you, you can communicate intuitively that way.
Nancy says communication works both ways.
It's a two-way communication of sending and receiving. So if I was to ask you, what does your living room look like? And you're verbally telling me what your living room looks like, whether you know it or not, you're actually picturing what your living room looks like in your mind. So if you wanted to send a thought to your pet, you would close your eyes and picture or imagine how much you admire them or how handsome they are. What you can do is close your eyes and picture those thoughts traveling through the air to your animal, and you've sent your animal a thought.
Nancy says that receiving information is harder and requires training, but she encourages people to communicate with their animals.
I recommend that people talk to their animals as if they understand, because they're already picking up on your thoughts, and they do.
Behavioral issues are a major part of what Nancy helps her clients with. Nancy says the first step is speaking with the pet directly to find out what's going on.
I'm kind of a mediator, so I'll talk to the animal and talk to the person, and a lot of times we can come up with a compromise. And strange enough, after the communication, most of the time the animal's behavior will change with just that.
In addition to behavioral issues, Nancy also helps people who have aging pets, lost pets, and pets who have passed away. Nancy let us sit in on one of her sessions with Nikki and Loki to see the animal communication process.
When I'm communicating with an animal, what I'll do is I'll just kind of get quiet. You might notice that I close my eyes or I stare at something and kind of become unfocused, and I'll pose a question mentally to the animal. And then I wait, and what comes in will be pictures, maybe attached to emotions, a physical sensation, or even sounds. He's saying that he runs around a lot with your chocolate lab. He loves your chocolate lab. They run around a lot. And he said that they do get into trouble together quite a bit. The information I give them is new information for them, not necessarily information they know. So it's a combination of information they already know and new information I'm giving them.
The other thing is I wanted to know was about his nails. He absolutely hates his nails.
His
clipped.
nails, okay.
He gets very upset.
Yeah, he doesn't like his nails being clipped. He's had the quick, you know, the quick in their nail hit a couple times, but it wasn't that traumatic for him. He just doesn't like it. There's one person he trusts, and I'm almost thinking it's you. Have you ever clipped his nails?
I haven't yet.
Okay.
I can touch his feet.
You can touch his feet.
I can
Because he
touch his
trusts
feet.
you with his feet more than anyone else, he said. Apparently, he chewed up something of yours. His inside, was it maybe a slipper or a shoe, or it looks like something personally of yours? And he remembers, I don't know if you remember this, but he remembers getting in quite a bit of trouble for that one item. So does that make sense?
Yes, it does. It was a couch cushion.
If I pick up information they already know what it is it's confirmation that I am connecting with that animal, that I'm truly communicating with their animal. So it's kind of proof, if you will, that it's actually happening. When he was returned the first and especially the second time, made him unsure of humans. He didn't know what to think about that. Yeah, so that probably had a big effect on him. What a handsome boy. What a handsome boy. But he's very happy with you guys. He's very happy.
Nancy says everyone can communicate with their animals.
Animal communication is a form of intuition, and we're all born with this ability. It's not a gift of a chosen few. We forget how to communicate like this when we learn to talk, and we're told to forget our intuition. So the good part is we can all relearn this. So it's not as strange as you think.
In addition to animal communication, Nancy also offers classes that teach people how to communicate with their animals.
If you're able to communicate with your animal, it greatly improves your relationship with them. It's just a wonderful thing to do.
If you're interested in contacting Nancy, please visit petcommunicating.com or email her at ngardner600@gmail.com. You can also give her a call at 310-489-3996. We're going to take a short break, but don't go anywhere. When we come back, we'll be learning some dog walking techniques.
It's simple. Dogs and cats are totally amazing. But what's not amazing is how most people perceive shelter pets. Many people mistakenly fear that shelter pets have done something wrong to wind up in shelters, while others are just uncertain of what to expect when they visit a shelter. Changing that perception is what our new campaign for Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council is all about. How do we break down uncertainty and doubt around the adoption decision? Bring shelter pets to the people so they can effortlessly meet and engage with them. All in order to show that when you connect with an amazing shelter pet, the uncertainty quickly slips away. All that's left is you and them.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
To do this, we made it so your TV, computer, mobile, and tablet screens were the only things separating you from the pet. And then we let the amazing shelter pets do the rest. Touch or click any part of your screen, and a shelter pet will walk up to the point of interaction and lick, rub, stare, and sniff itself into your heart. Once the pets have done their job, the campaign's website allows users to easily search by zip code and find shelter pets near them. By partnering with the Ad Council to support the Shelter Pet Project on TV and radio, out of home and online, you are showing people in your community how simple it can be to connect with, find, and adopt a shelter pet. In the end, it all comes together to form one powerful message. Shelter pets are amazing pets. There are hundreds of thousands of amazing shelter pets available to adopt. Support this campaign and help give a pet a home today.
Welcome back to Canine Corner. I'm your host, Riannon Trutanich. Doggies 911 Rescue is back with us to answer adoption questions.
I would like to know about if I was to adopt a pal for my for my dog here. Is there like a trial period that I could have him for? If it doesn't work out with him, can I bring him back, say, in a month if it doesn't work out?
Well, usually if a family is looking at one of our dogs and they have a dog themselves or two dogs, we have them come to Petco where we do our adoptions and do a meet and greet. And we make sure that the dogs do get along. We know that there's some adjustment. There's a transition period for any dog. But if they're kind of avoiding each other or all of a sudden, I mean, they do get along really well, they like each other, we'll go ahead with the adoption process. But if for some reason down the road it doesn't work, we give them a 5-day home trial. But no matter what, with any of our contracts, we want you, if it doesn't work out, to bring the dog back to us. We don't want to go into the shelter unless you can somehow rehome the dog, but we have to approve it first. So first and foremost, the dog comes back to us because we want to make sure that it goes to a good home. Well, we ask, and we love fosters. We absolutely need fosters. Without fosters, I mean, we wouldn't be able to take these dogs. So the more fosters we get, the more dogs we can save off the streets from the shelters. So to start the foster process, we ask that you fill out an application. Because again, same thing with the adoption process, we want to do a home inspection. We want to make sure that the dog can't get out. We want to make sure that it's safe. It's not in harm's way. Again, it can't get out from the home or, all of that. So we want to make sure that it's in a safe place. There are so many things. I mean, we have such a big group of volunteers, and we're probably one of the only groups that do have, a lot of kids that volunteer, which have been so helpful for a lot of them. I mean, they really enjoy it. The dogs enjoy it because they get so much love when they're at adoptions, and it's good for both sides. So, you can volunteer, you can donate. I mean, blankets, food, all of that. I mean, we can't live without the donations. I mean, we can't save dogs without donations. So even if you can make a donation for $5, for $10, if you can't adopt a dog, I mean, we absolutely would ask you to make a donation of some sort or volunteer. I mean, that's just, that's our main thing, because that's how we, survive. That's how we continue our mission.
If you have a question, contact us and we'll be sure to get you the right answer. Call us at 310-618-5762 or email us at caninecorner@torranceca.gov. Great information to know if you're interested in adopting a dog. Now, I'm sure some dog owners know how it is to feel like their dog is walking them. I know I do. The trainers from Doggies 911 Top Dog Training are here to teach us how to be in control when we walk our dogs.
I'm here today with Masumi and Yuko to talk about some behavioral issues with dogs. And they're going to be explaining on how to look for warning signs. For example, when you're out at a park and you're walking your dog and here comes a squirrel and your dog takes off and is pulling you. So we're going to look for the warning signs before that even happens and how to go about correcting it. And again, the name of the training facility is Doggies 911 Top Dog.
Your dog can get distracted or focused on something else while you are walking.
So dog always forgetting he's walking with food. So I'm always make sure that against him, he pulling. He's go to the front, I go to the back. So he has to understand I'm walking him.
Masumi says it's about controlling the state of the dog when you're on a walk.
And his state is changed because he was working with a hunting state, is sniffing, searching more. So people have to understand it's like handling the dog is not control the whole body. Has to control his state. Now, the tail is relaxed, ear is in the back, the head is a little bit down. He's not searching anything.
Masumi recommends using something to show the dog that it is not good behavior.
He's just observing. Just change the state. Before, he wants to go after. Then I pull him back, that's why he gets more frustration, then aggression is kicking in. You have to use something, noise or water.
She also says people sometimes mistakenly use praise techniques to calm the dog when they are behaving badly.
People is always misunderstand. It's a bad behavior, pulling or whining or barking. They try to stop the behavior, then actually praising. Oh, that's okay, that's okay. Actually, you're praising the bad behavior.
It's important to not let the dog control you when you are out on a walk.
He wants to do something, the owner has to against the dog outside. Then teaching who is in charge.
The Doggies 911 Top Dog Training is a big part of the Doggies 911 Rescue Group.
We do a lot of medical issue dogs, along with behavioral training that's so important. So a lot of them come to us and they're cute, or they may have medical needs, and then when they get better, they have behavioral issues. So thank goodness for Doggies 911 Top Dog, so that we also work with them and train them and make them the best that they can be.
Now, if you missed the adoption segment at the beginning of our show, or just want to see the adorable dogs again, here's your recap. Wonton is an American Bulldog mix. He's 2 years old. He gets along with other dogs. He loves to go for walks, and he loves to go running. King is a Chihuahua Beagle mix. He's around 4 to 6 years old. He loves people and is a lap dog. He also loves to go on long walks. Ellie is an older dog. She's around 8 to 10 years old. She's very sweet and is a loving dog. Stevie and Juliet are Chihuahua Italian Greyhound mixes. They were an owner's surrender at 8 weeks old and have been with the rescue for over a year. Juliet would do best in a home without children. They are very sweet dogs and can be adopted separately or together. Oliver is a year old. He's a very sweet dog. He loves other dogs and loves people. He loves to go on walks and loves to play with toys. He's a very sociable dog. Lily is a Pug Yorkie mix. She's around 2 years old. She loves to go on walks and loves to play with other dogs. She has a lot of energy and is a sweet dog. She's completely vetted and microchipped. If you're interested in adopting any of these dogs, please contact Doggies 911 Rescue at doggies911rescue.org or email them at doggies911rescue@gmail.com. If you want even more Canine Corner, be sure to like our Facebook page for doggy-related posts, photos, and articles all month long. That's all the time we have today. Thanks for joining us here on Canine Corner. I'm Riannon Trutanich, and we'll see you next time.